Fuck, man, it feels good to be doing a video outside. My hair is spiky, cause hell yeah. Hope your guys' night is good. Feels good to be doing the videos. I took a break off, felt weird, but I feel like I needed it because I had to do other stuff, you know. I didn't really have time. It was already 2 a.m. by the time I was done, so fuck it, you know. But here we're chilling, you know. I got time. We're making a video. Life is good. I'm gonna go home, gonna eat, gonna skate. A lot of things to be grateful for. Other than that, this tree, man, I feel this tree's energy. It feels good. I love you, tree. Much love to you. Just be grounded, guys. You know? Be grounded. Like the tree. Trees are naturally grounded. That's why it's good to stand next to trees when you feel like you need some grounding. I just need to make sure there's no coyotes or anything around here. I don't have a flashlight, sadly. It's at home and it's dead, so I just got my phone light. But it'll do for now. For now. But yeah, this one's just about really and you'll notice too, right? Like oh my god, dude, guys, I did it again. I forgot to turn off my mic. Hold up, or turn on my mic. There we go. The audio is so much better when I have the mic on, like literally. So thank you, Mike. But this one's just, you notice it too, though, right? Like you're gonna notice it. Like when you begin your awakening, something changes deep within you. Like when you really shed the ego desires, right? Really just know what you want as a soul for you. Because a lot of people are chasing dopamine in these toxic ass relationships. So they're just fucking feeding off that low energy. Because you can only perceive the vibration you're of. You can only meet someone as far as you kind of know yourself, right? So if you've never really healed these issues within you, you're just going to continuously attract unhealed people and unemotionally available people. That's why you have to heal yourself. You have to do the inner work. Because if you don't, you're just going to repeat the cycle in other people. And you're going to attract it in other people. See what I mean? That's why you have to heal your work. Or heal your will. Heal yourself, you know? And once you do, you're going to meet someone. When you go and let go of the egoic desires of craving just sex. Like a lot of dudes that are... I know a lot of males, right? I know a lot of dudes. A lot of them that are in their egos, it's literally just, oh, I want to fuck. They go to clubs, they go to bars. They're like, let's hit up the bitches, you know? Like, I want to fuck. You know, this hookup culture where people just hook up. That's all ego stuff. When you really surpass the ego desires, you start craving true connection, you know, soul to soul. Like you want someone to understand your brain, you know, your wavelength, your frequency, the way you think, as well as you wanting to connect with someone emotionally and mentally. You want to be attracted to the way that they think, and then, you know, their consciousness, their mind, and all that. Not just because literally, if we are a consciousness inhabiting a form, right? We're not the body. It's about being attracted to someone as a soul, as an essence. And then at that point, if they have a good vessel that's sexy, you know, body, sexy vessel, whatever, that's a bonus, you know? But that's not all they are. And when people only see surface, when they don't see beyond the surface, right? When they're very much in their ego, the three-dimensional, the 3D paradigm of consciousness, where they're really emphasizing on the solidity of things, they're not going to see past the physical. They're only going to see surface layer. So then you're going to get men, or really these men act like boys, but they just do not see their woman, their female, for who they are, because they are only looking through a certain lens of how far they've come to know themselves. And if they haven't really been able to do the inner work, and they're really much emphasizing on the ego and the physical plane, then they're just going to look at their female partner or whatever as like, oh wow, she's beautiful. Well, you know, they're not really, how can they understand that there's more than the physical, right? Because a lot of dudes around here that I know, around in the world, right, they objectify, you know what I mean? But you gotta understand, when you really transcend the ego, and you see that we are just We're not the body, we're inhabiting a body. Whether you're a dude or a female, whatever. True spiritual maturity is understanding that true connection thrives beyond surface level attraction, you know what I mean? Beyond being just attracted to someone's body, because if we're not the body, where are you, right? You're the soul, you're the consciousness. So it's about being attracted to someone for who they are, for their consciousness, for their vibe that they emit. And again, the body is just a bonus at that point. A lot of dudes are like that. Like, I had a friend that was like that, and I'm like, dude, no, that's not attractive. Like, I could feel it. Like, you're just gonna repel connections away, because people don't find that attractive. They don't find when you just want to fuck, and then you can't see beyond the surface level, And that's why you see people that are in toxic relationship dynamics, because sometimes it's like, is it love or is it lust? You know what I mean? And if it's just lust, it's just surface level. You're not really truly understanding them at a spiritual level. So that's why, like, when you really go through a spiritual awakening, you get to know what you want. You know what I mean? You want true connection, true spiritual connection, true consciousness, understanding of each other. Cool, they're sexy and beautiful on the outside, great. But what about you on the inside? That's what matters, and that's what you're going to start to notice that you want and crave as a soul. Once you awaken, truly awaken, and see that and remember that you are beyond the ego. Because like I said, when you awaken, something awakens deep within you. You know what I mean? The things that you used to chase, which is really the ego that was chasing, the validation, the lust, the need to feel wanted, all of that was just the ego. You know what I mean? But it all starts to lose their power once you transcend that. Because the ego desires were never meant to fulfill you. They're never going to fulfill your soul, the real you. They're only going to distract you from your truth and from your purpose the longer you stay in that cycle. And as your consciousness rises, your frequency raises, your awareness raises, whatever, your energy, refines, and you stop craving attention, and you start craving connection, true connection beyond the fucking physical, like soul to soul, third eye to third eye, spirit to spirit, consciousness to consciousness. Not because you're lonely, though, when you start craving connection and not attention, but because you've learned to sit with yourself. You've accepted yourself whole inside and out. You've met your own soul, and now knowing yourself as a soul and meeting yourself, you now are going to seek someone who's met theirs. It's like, once you do your inner work, of course you're going to want someone that's also done the inner work. So then at that point, you guys are just a harmonious reflection of each other. You water me, I water you. You scratch my back, I scratch your back, Because you can't love someone unless you've loved yourself first. How can you properly love and heal someone if you haven't done that yourself, right? That's why I always say you have to practice on the connection with yourself first in order to have a genuine connection with someone else. Because it's all connected. It's all a reflection dynamic. And just, you'll feel it, real connection feels different. It's calm, it's grounding, it's magnetic. You're no longer, drawn by surface level stuff, because again, you've transcended the surface level shit. You're no longer drawn to surface level attraction. Hell no. You're drawn by energy, by alignment, by frequency, by vibration. The physical becomes, at that point, a reflection of something much deeper. Something that you as an infinite craves. You as soul, as consciousness. A soul resonance that your ego could never comprehend. That's what you're going to crave. That's when you're going to notice how much shit is different once you just let go of all that physical shit. When you stop overemphasizing on the physical plane, on the physical, separation, whatever. Just understanding too that everything is so connected. You're going to want someone that sees that, It's like, once you go through your awakening, you kind of you want to be with someone that understands that everything's connected. Who wants to be around someone who sees life as so, who's always mad all the time, who's always anxious? It's like you sat there and you've done your inner work, you're just peaceful, you just want to live life and be humble and optimistic, everything is love and light, and you're just going to be unconditional love. It's hard to do that when you're with someone who isn't on that same vibration or wavelength, right? Like everything's perspective, right? So what if your perspective is, wow, this life is beautiful, this and that, but then you're with someone who their perspective is, ugh, life is serious and sucks and fuck this. It's not attractive, right? It's gonna be draining. You're not gonna be around. You want to be around them. So the more you do your inner work, the more you're gonna attract people who have also done their inner work, and it's gonna be a harmonious reflection, energy, equal energy, reciprocity. Sorry, some shit. It's gonna be reciprocity, and that's like that's beautiful. You'll find someone. You'll find someone. You'll find that real connection. You just have to first, again, do your inner work. And I know if you're watching this, you've come far. You know what I mean? You've come far, and I'm proud of you. But just understand that when you crave someone for their mind and soul, the body becomes a sacred bonus, like I said. Sacred bonus. The temple, oh, it's only an amplifier of who they are then at that point, once you've really truly understood them as a soul. Because again, the body becomes a sacred bonus. It's not the foundation, right? And people with the ego, they overemphasize on the physical plane. They think that that's all that there is. They think that that's it. That's the foundation. No, bro, you're not seeing the whole picture. Like it's literally love that transcends the material and touches the infinite, right? Unconditional love. The soul knows that truth of that, not the ego. The ego is always searching, but you as infinite, as soul, already knows. It's all that is right here, and it's all that you are right here, nothing less. True love doesn't feed the ego, it awakens the soul, because again, the soul knows, the ego doesn't. So the deeper that you go within, the more authentic your connections with everything is going to become for yourself, you know what I mean? What am I trying to say? The more authentic connections become, the more authentic these synchronicities will be, because you finally freed yourself from that physical desire, the physical plane and shit. You just want something real, and you will get that, because you're doing the work. Like, let go of that illusion, choose resonance, choose what resonates with you. Because again, if you're just with someone, around something that's not resonating, you're just gonna get drained. What is that? I think it's like a bug. Alright, I guess it's a bug. Anyways, but yeah, choose resonance, because when you love from the soul, not the ego, you're never gonna settle for the surface again. Because the real you, the soul, sees the truth beyond the physical plane. Trust me, because as soon as I went through this awakening, I was with this girl when I first woke up, and I'm so passionate about this spiritual shit, right? Consciousness and the third eye, whatever. So I was trying to talk to her about it, because you're passionate about it. You want to talk to stuff that you're passionate about. You want to talk about stuff that you're passionate about with the girl that, you're with, right? Or the partner you're with. And she was just like, why are you always talking about spiritual stuff? Like, it's annoying. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm sorry. Everything's spiritual. Everything's connected. Yeah, see, there you go again. You know what I mean? Like, that's not in alignment with me. So I made the choice, broke up with her, and I felt better ever since. This was 4 years ago, by the way. 5 years ago. When I first went through my shift. And so this was like 2020. And ever since then I knew, no, I want someone who gets me, who gets this. To where it doesn't even feel like a burden to just be myself. And I promise you, the universe is a very giving place. It will come. There is someone for everyone. There's so many people, like, come on. So many souls who chose to incarnate here at this time. And you will find your awakened flame, if you will. You will find your twin flame, your soul mirror, whatever. Just in the process, be that version of you that you would be when you finally are with that person. It amplifies it, and it kind of speeds the process faster in a way. So as long as you keep doing your inner work, shedding things that don't serve, realizing that there's more than what the ego desires, more than just sex. Because again, when you really connect with someone at a soul level, then sex is really just a dance in energy, to dance in love, if you will. And then when you guys make love, it's an equal energetic exchange of healing energy. Your Reikis are going to spin together. an equal energetic healing energy. When people are just fucking just to fuck, it's draining because the intention's different. So therefore, it's not. It's called a battery effect. You know, when you actually are making love with someone that you're really resonating with at a spiritual level, you're not draining each other. You're healing each other. But these people that just fuck with their egos and just see life through the ego, they're just draining themselves. Fucking this person. Fuck. You know what I mean? Because the battery effect isn't there. Because again, your intention is just to fuck and please your egoic physical desires. But when you, again, transcend all that, then the Reiki can transform and actually heal your partner through having sex, you know what I mean? So it's a whole different thing, whole different ball game. Like, sex isn't just sex. And people who are strongly with the ego believe that it's just sex. It's not. That's why you see a lot of people having high body counts, just they don't care to have sex with this person, it's different. It's a whole thing. I'm not going to get into that, but fuck it. Just keep doing your inner work. You're going to find someone. I feel it. For me, too. Maybe I already did. We'll see. I think I did. That's a different story, too. But everything's unfolding. How about that? But we will find our flame, guys. We will find our twin flame, our soulmate, whatever. It's coming. Again, just focus on the connection with yourself and the love that you have within yourself first, because everything's a reflection. So when you finally do get your partner or your person, because you understand that everything's a reflection, you're going to be resonating with that person because you guys are reflections of each other. It's like what you see in me, I see in you. You know what I mean? So it's just an amplifier of just love, energy exchange, So I'm excited, I'm excited for this connection that I'm manifesting. And you should be too, because it's happening. I feel it. I feel it. Everything's happening for a reason. So, namaste, lady. I'm going to go make my shorts. Then I'm going to eat. But I'll see you in the next one, guys. It's always good talking. It's always good talking, man. More videos to come in the hiking during the day. Like I said, I'm working with my schedule with what I got. But honestly, I should really start waking up earlier so that I can make videos in the morning during the day, It's just different, but I also don't mind doing it at night because it's pretty peaceful just standing up here in the view and just hearing the crickets, you know what I mean? It's a vibe, Seeing the lights in the distance, you know what I mean? Very blessed. All right, guys, I love you.